Have you ever been on a team that absolutely crushed its goals? I mean, you hit 100% of them, you shipped every feature, closed every ticket, checked every single box, but then you look up at the end of the quarter and the actual business metrics. They haven't moved at all, not one bit. This is such a classic trap. It's mistaking output for outcomes. Yeah, you were busy, but were you actually effective? This happens all the time, and it's a huge symptom of really terrible goal setting. So let's get into it. So let's just start with a really fundamental question. If you boil it all down, what is the single most important job of a product manager? Is it shipping features? Is it managing backlogs? Nope, those are just activities. A PM's most important job is defining what success actually looks like. And defining that success, that's really what we can call the PM's core challenge. It's the entire reason the job exists in the first place. It is all about setting the destination for the whole team. A great PM, they're the team's leader precisely because they define that goal, that vision. They bring everyone together, build consensus, and get the entire team moving towards one single successful outcome. It's their job to set that true north, that guiding star that makes sure everyone is rowing in the exact same direction. But, this gets super complicated. When you're a tiny startup, that true north is kind of just in the air. Everybody just knows what needs to get done. But as your team gets bigger, that natural alignment just shatters. So how do you keep everyone focused on what truly matters, instead of just tracking who's the busiest person in the room? Well, this is where the best PMs really separate themselves from the pack. They don't just rely on gut feelings or charisma. Nope. They rely on a framework for success. And this is absolutely crucial. Great PMs don't guess. They use frameworks. And these aren't some rigid set of rules, they're tools for structured thinking. They give you a shared language and a clear process for making decisions, which makes sure the entire team is on the same page about what you're building, and more importantly, why. And one of the most powerful and honestly widely used frameworks for solving this exact alignment problem is called OKRs. Now, you've probably heard of it, but so many teams get it completely wrong. Today, we're gonna get it right. So let's break it down. We're gonna dissect this thing and really understand the anatomy of an effective OKR. Okay, at its core, OKR stands for Objectives and Key Results. It's a really simple model that's designed to do one thing really well: communicate your most important goal and commit to how you're going to measure the outcome. And this right here is where most teams fail. They measure their output, tasks, projects, features shipped, but great OKRs, they measure results. This slide just illustrates the two parts perfectly. The objective, that's the what. It's the big, inspirational, qualitative goal you're aiming for. It's the vision. The key results are the how. They are the proof. And let me be clear, they are not a to-do list. They have to be quantitative, measurable metrics that prove you've actually reached your objective. I absolutely love this analogy. Let's use it to show the difference between a bad output-focused OKR and a good outcome-focused one. Okay, so our objective is have an amazing, unforgettable vacation in the mountains. A terrible set of key results would be drive 500 miles, book an Airbnb, and pack 3 bags, right? That's just a to-do list. It measures activity, not success. A great set of key results, on the other hand, would be something like achieve a 9 out of 10 family fun rating, spend less than 8 hours total in the car, and make sure everyone feels 100% rested on the drive home. See the difference? One is just a checklist of tasks. The other is proof you actually achieved the objective. Okay, so that's the theory. But let's see how this actually plays out in the real world with a company you've definitely heard of. Let's talk about Foursquare in its really early days. When the company was just 30 people, everyone's goal was pretty much the same: do whatever it takes to help the company survive and grow. The goals were just understood. Everybody knew what to do. But then they grew a lot. And by the time they hit 150 people, that informal system, it was breaking down. New people didn't have the same context. Teams started pulling in different directions. That natural alignment was just gone. And here's what a PM there said at the time. They realized they needed a formal system, not for individuals, but for entire teams, to keep everyone laser focused on the company's most important metrics. OKRs became the tool they used to solve the pains of scaling up. So the Foursquare story really shows us why OKRs are so critical for a team that's growing. So how do you actually use them to guide your day-to-day actions as a product manager? Well, it fits right into your existing workflow. You start with the high-level product vision. Then, and this is the key part, you translate that vision into outcome-focused, quantifiable OKRs.
Only then can you really start to properly prioritize features. The OKRs become that essential bridge between your grand vision and your daily backlog.
So, the big takeaway here is this. OKRs aren't some document you write once and then file away. They are your active, day-to-day foundation for making decisions. When you're faced with prioritizing two different features, the question isn't which one is cooler or which one is easier. The real question is, which one gets us closer to achieving our key results? And I want to leave you with this final thought. Without that goal-first mindset, you risk building something that is just radically different from what your users need and what your business actually requires. Because ultimately, OKRs aren't just a planning tool, they're an alignment tool. Get the alignment right, and the right execution will naturally follow. And that is the heart of building a successful product.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like.